Colorado-based YouTuber and advocate for the homeless, Regan Benson, had a busy week as she saw punishment for one of her greatest enemies, ranted about police in Lone Tree, Colorado, and saw her attorney, that Randall S, the Unhinged Attorney Newman, Esquire, respond to a request by the judge in her ongoing lawsuit against YouTuber BlackHartKnight. The week began with an emergency session by the City Council of Englewood, Colorado, where they immediately went into executive session to block the proceedings from the public. Benson and Christopher Denver Metro Audits Cordova were on scene, chalking outside the building during the event. At issue in the city council meeting was the fact that a link to a group called Vibrant Englewood was featured on Englewood's Bellevue Park Neighbors webpage's November newsletter. Vibrant Englewood is a community group that endorsed various candidates in the recent election, and the link went to the group's homepage, where it featured its picks for the mayoral and city council races. In those elections, Mayor Othoniel Sierra defeated Benson-backed candidate, city council member Rita Russell, by a 2-to-1 margin. Controversial District 4 City Council member Steve Ward also defeated Benson-backed City Council member Kim Wright and will serve another 4 years as the representative of District 4. City Manager Sean Lewis took responsibility for the error that led to the inclusion of the link on the webpage. Lewis is a known nemesis of Benson and received a 1-week suspension from his position without pay, a note to be placed in his personnel file, and a modification of his contract to reflect the contracts of other city officials. Benson's second live stream of the week came from Lone Tree, Colorado, where she was seeking more information about the citations handed out to a woman who allegedly sideswiped her in the area in October. Through working staff at the Lone Tree Municipal Building, Benson was able to ascertain that the car involved in the incident had insurance at the time of the incident, and that she had been improperly informed of the citation that driver received. Benson released the following statement to her YouTube channel. Lone Tree, Colorado PD, dear law enforcement everywhere, Chief Wilson is in need of your immediate advice. It turns out the Lone Tree PD has some liars and F-ups in it. Imagine that. Could you please let Chief Wilson here know that no matter how dirty he or his cops are, no matter how hard they try to take me down or shut me up, please let him know that Regan Benson is not afraid to go to jail on any kind of bogus warrant they dare drum up on me. Also, please fill him in on my perseverance levels. Let him know that it would be a much better idea that they should instead reverse course immediately and do their fucking job as to save themselves the embarrassment. Let him also know that because of my perseverance, I'm guessing a civil rights lawsuit in the near future, because they're just that fucking stupid, and that would be another reason to immediately reverse course. I was involved in a hit and run in my brand new car, unfortunately in their jurisdiction. They initially did a nice job finding this person, but now, undoubtedly because of who I am, turns out they don't want to do their job. decided lying to me would be a good idea, are victim shaming me and working overtime to protect the woman that hit me and took off by helping her with her storytelling. This woman has no driver's license and could only produce a photo of the face page of her foreign passport. There was, however, insurance on the vehicle she was driving, which is alleged to be her mother's vehicle. They claim their residence to be in Aurora, Colorado. I am sick and fucking tired of getting the shaft as a victim in criminal circumstances that cost me my physical health, money, and property. I don't give a fuck what your immigration status is. I don't give a fuck. You didn't pay for the government an extortion fee for a license to drive. I demand you will be treated the same way every other American is treated when you deprive people of life, liberty, and property. Had you not ran, Miss Morales, you could have had an opportunity to right your wrong in damages with zero police involvement. You should also know how the fuck to drive if you're going to get behind the wheel. Do your fucking job, Roontree, or I will be making very good on my promise to ensure you have a PR nightmare come to life, because the public has a right to know, and you work for us, not the other way around, mofos. Finally, Benson's colorful attorney, that Randall S, the Unhinged Attorney Newman, Esquire, met the deadline imposed on him by Judge William H. Orrick, who had questioned if he had jurisdiction over the lawsuit at the case management conference earlier in the month. Benson is suing YouTuber Anthony BlackHartKnight Gurkha for allegedly using her YouTube videos without her permission, and the alleged misrepresentation of copyright claims made in the DMCA counter-notification process. Orrick had ordered Newman to write a 5-page brief on the issue that was due on Tuesday. While Newman teased his audience about possibly missing the deadline, he filed the motion on time, late Tuesday night. Newman's brief and accompanying declaration essentially argue against jurisdiction being granted in Florida, as Gurkha had not challenged jurisdiction in his first responsive pleading in the case. Gurkha's attorney, superstar Steve Vondran, instead asserted affirmative defenses and participated in the filing of joint case management statements without protest. The New York-based attorney further argued that because there is no known address for Gurkha, and the address listed in his DMCA counterclaims leads to a property that burnt down years ago, the proper venue was established as part of YouTube's DMCA process. That process clearly establishes that the filings were submitted and processed by YouTube in the Northern District of California. Attorney Newman is further seeking a dismissal of the suit rather than a transfer of the suit for appellate reasons, should Judge Orrick rule against his motion. Attorney Vondran now has until mid-December to respond to Newman's motion. This is a developing news story.